Hello fellow simmers and welcome to another speed build. Today I'm building an A-frame house with a loft inside. I was really inspired by a YouTuber called Evelyn here on YouTube. She's actually also a Danish YouTuber, which is pretty cool. I really love her videos, and a few weeks ago, I think now, she did an A-frame build, kind of like this one. I wanted to make it my own, so it's not completely the same, of course. But yeah, I was really inspired by her video. I think it was really cool what she did. So you can see me here building the frame of the house. Technically, the house is on the outside, so there are no walls protecting checking the rooms. But the Sims won't get cold as being outside and stuff. They will function just fine like this, but it does do some stuff with the lighting. I think that's the most annoying part. Yeah, so as you can see here, it's quite a big A-frame. There's a lot of space on the bottom floor, and then there is a tiny loft where I will put the bedroom. And one big difference that I included in my build from the one that Evelyn did is this balcony here, or the roof terrace, which I thought was a pretty cool addition to the house. Other than that, I also made this into a really girly house. So right now it's just looking like another eco build, but I also wanted to do something a little bit different that I haven't seen so many eco builds do yet, which was to build for someone who was very feminine. So a lot of the interior it's quite pink and definitely suited for a sim that's kind of feminine. There can definitely live two sim here if you wanted to. It's a full functioning bedroom where you can get to each side of the bed. Also, there is room on the downstairs to make a kid's room if you wanted to at some point, but it's not included just in this build. So here I'm building the bedroom. I tried to make it really light colors and do some clutter on the dresser that you see right there. And I used some paintings from the tiny living. I really love those. They're super versatile and they have so many great swatches. And I try to include a lot of plants. I always do in my builds. I think it's just one of the easiest way to decorate a room. And here I'm putting down some clutter items. A lot of them are from Parenthood, and I think that pack is just so wonderful for decor, especially with the makeup and the hair dryer you see there. Yeah, and I'm including some candles from the Eco Living here, just on the bedside table. So this build is actually a micro home technically, even though it's so big, just because so much of the house is on the outside. I think it's only the bathroom that's going to be downstairs that's technically inside. So if you wanted, you could get all of the benefits from having a micro home, which is pretty cool. I'm so sorry if my voice sounds weird today, but yeah, I have kind of a lisp. But it's because I get some canker sores. I get them quite regularly. But I've just learned to live with it now. But one of the ways to make it not hurt as much is to actually do a lisp. So it's definitely one thing that has discouraged me a little bit from starting these voiceovers. But I actually really like doing them, and I feel like it gives the videos a little bit more of a feeling when I do the voiceovers. So people or you can know a little bit more about what I was thinking with the build. So I want to continue doing it. Please let me know if you prefer with voiceover or without. I think it depends on my mood what I want, but I do feel like it's a little bit more personal when people include their voice, and I think that's also nice on YouTube to feel like you're connecting with people a little bit more than just watching them build in high speed. So here you see me doing the kitchen, and I wanted to make it a little bit more pink, but I don't think I really liked any of the swatches on the kitchen stuff in pink, so I ended up with this blue or turquoise color, I think you call it, and just these very standard beige counters that I really like. They're from Jungle Adventure. They're so great. Yeah, I was thinking about doing this thing where I rated what packs to get. So I've been thinking a little bit more about what items that I'm using and what packs they're from. Also, when trying to limit the amount of packs that I'm using, I'm really trying to think of the ones that I use the most. For example, the Parenthood stuff have all these great clutter items. So I think definitely that's one of the packs that I do want to build a lot with. Also, the new one, Eco Living, has so many great furniture pieces that I want to include that as well. I think another one that a stuff pack that I really like is Moschino stuff. Is that what it's called? I think it was expected to just be a huge flop just because it's a collaboration with a brand that I'm not so excited about. I don't know if you guys are, but yeah, I was not expecting it to be a good pack at all, and I was not planning on buying it. But then when it came out and I saw YouTubers reviewing it, it seemed like it was just a really good pack, and I decided to buy it, and now I'm just using a lot of the items a lot. Especially the modern windows, I use them a lot for my modern builds. I think they're also pretty cheap, so for building cheap modern houses, they're super great. So here I actually end up changing the living room quite a bit, just because I forgot that there should be a toilet in the build. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, I was thinking that maybe this 2 tile blob that I put on the downstairs floor would be the bathroom, but then I was like, why should it only be so small when the build is actually not that small? Yeah, so here where the the dining room furniture is, that I switch around a little bit to make room for a toilet. Oh, and here I'm doing the living room now, and this is definitely the most feminine or the most pink of the build. So this was when I decided to turn it a little bit more girly, so I included some pink in the rest of the build as well. I thought it would just be really fun to do that, because it's not something that I do, it's not something that I enjoy myself in my furniture style, but I think it's fun to play around with different styles in The Sims, definitely. I've gotten a little bit tired of just doing the completely modern eco lifestyle things now, just because I've done it for a couple of weeks now. So I think it's great to mix it up a little bit. Here there's a small office, or at least a computer. I was thinking that this sim was definitely someone who enjoyed being outside a lot and enjoyed gardening and being near the water. But I was also thinking that maybe this was someone who was also into either some social media maybe, or yeah, maybe some career that was online, and so the person could do their job on the computer, and then they can spend the rest of their free time just near the water here. Yeah, and here I'm including the toilet, as I said. I finally remembered that the sim actually needs to go to the bathroom, and I ended up not doing it so small. I wanted there to be a little bit of room. Also, if you do decide that you want a kid in this house, then you can switch the layout out a little bit, and then you will have room for also a bathtub. I feel like that's the hardest with tiny houses, if you're planning to also include a toddler in there, that you need to have room for a bathtub. I think that definitely takes up the most room. Yeah, so actually I think lately I've not had that much inspiration for my builds. I don't really know why, but I think just when starting out YouTube, I've done so many builds. I try to make at least once a week a video, and I think even in the beginning I made 2 builds a week, and it's something that's a little bit more than what I'm used to. So I've been running out of ideas a little bit, so please let me know if you have some builds that you want to see in the future. I'm really open to suggestions. I love building for someone else, so that I know that the house will be enjoyed. That's also one of the reasons why I don't include that many packs in all of my builds, just because I want people to be able to enjoy it. I do actually include kind of a lot of packs in this one, so I'm sorry about that if you mind that. But I think it's not all of them, but I think I'm using maybe 6 different stuff packs in this one, and also some game packs and expansion packs. Yeah, so this is not for the save file that I'm doing that has limited packs at all. Now I'm moving on to the outside. I have been trying this thing where I put down the terrain paint first. I think I saw that in a YouTube video that this should make it easier to landscape. So right now it looks awful, but it's just to know where I want to include my terrain. And I've also been doing this where I find the plants that I want to use first, and then I place them around. I do the same with my with the wallpaper and flooring sometimes, but I've just started doing it with the plants as well, just so I can get a feel of what looks good together. Here I'm also using the debug fence, something that I really like. I've been getting a lot out of the debug menu lately. I feel like maybe this is not the best fence or the most nice looking one, but just the fact that I haven't used it that much is really nice, and it has this farm-ish feeling, which I also like. Here I'm just also placing some rocks down, something that I'm also not doing as much as I should. It definitely elevates the look a lot of the outside. And lastly, I'm just putting down some outside furniture, some gardening stuff, and a grill. Yeah, and I think that's about it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, it means a lot to me. If you like the video, you can subscribe, and then you can see my videos in the future. Make sure to turn on the bell if you want a notification, but also you can just leave a like if you want to. I really appreciate it. It makes it a little bit easier to find out what people like when I do see the likes coming on videos. Yeah, but thank you very much, and I hope you're having a great day. Bye!